We just got back to the house, guys. It was a bit of a pain. We got it all together though. Backlash is set. Everything's good. We don't got to worry about that. But it's all put back together.
Yeah. The pinion nut right up here was what we struggled with.
That's what was last night.
Did we show them that last night?
Yeah.
I think we did. So that was the big struggle, and then today we couldn't get the backlash 100% set on this, and we had to flip the
shims.
Shims, yeah, we had to flip the shims, and then it was off by what, 0.2, if even.
Yeah.
So we decided to just go with it because, of course, there were, like stacks this big of shims, but none of them were the size that we needed. So we decided, hey, it'll be fine. If it does anything, it might just be a little noisy. But, I mean, it was tight.
Yeah.
So we should be good. So we'll give you guys an update. First things first, we're going to get this mounted back up on the car. Mm-hmm. And then we'll probably go ahead and connect the half shafts and get everything squared away with that. And then we'll come back to you guys with an update.
Yep.
Perfect. We'll see you then.
Cool.
Yeet!
Yeet! Alright guys, back with another update. I'm out from under the car. We just got some stuff done and we're about ready to button it up, but here's Andy for the rest.
Alright, so we got the drive shaft all bolted up and put on. We got the half shafts put back in, and we got all the exhaust that we took off done. We took it off basically from the headers back. Took the X pipe off and just dropped everything. The funny thing is, we were actually worried because when we did my headers, I kind of had like an exhaust rattle at wasn't it just at low RPMs, like just barely off of idle?
It's just, you would hear it just when you like tap the gas.
Yeah, you would hear it rattle at,
barely.
Whenever you got on the gas just a little bit in first. And the funniest thing is, we think we figured it out. So if this was the X pipe, for example, the clamp, obviously it's a factory Ford clamp. So imagine like halfway, this part's the header, this part's the X pipe. The clamp, was it covering more of the X pipe than it was the header?
So basically, yeah.
So like if this was the whole X pipe right here, the clamp was covering about that much of it, and only a teeny little bit was hitting the header. So we think that could have been why it was rattling, but we won't know until we start it back up and see what's happening.
And also, like I said, it might be because it's a factory Ford clamp and we're putting it on aftermarket stuff, so we need those like ones like you got in the back from your actual cat back.
Yeah, those were nice.
That bend easy once you tighten them, so it's more of a solid seal to keep the exhaust gases from leaking out of there.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we just wanted to give you guys a little update, but all we have left to do is button up some brake lines and some ABS lines and put together the suspension stuff, tighten down the axle nuts, and then put the wheels back on, and then we're going to start it up, and Nick is going to kind of move it back and forth just to see if everything is seated properly, and then we're going to move the trucks outside, and we're going to go take it on a spin. Of course, did they see earlier that it was raining? They saw last night. It's been raining ever since then.
Yeah, that was Friday, but today's Saturday and it's still raining. It seemed to slow down a good bit. It may have stopped, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looks like it did, but I don't know how dry it is because it kind of cooled off a little bit. So either way, we should go on a little bit of a test drive tonight. We'll take you guys with us. We're not going to go full send, though. I'm telling you that right now. We're not going full send because show them these tires. There's still a good amount of tread left, but these are stock Pirelli P0s.
Which are garbage if you knew anything about Mustangs.
And they already have like one or two pretty good sized burnouts on them, so there's not much really to say about those.
Yeah.
So we'll give it a little bit just to kind of see the difference between the 331s and the 410s. And that way, I know a lot of Mustangs have the 331s if they're not performance pack. So that way I can kind of give you guys a little bit of a, hey, this is how it feels differently coming from the 331s to 410s. And that way, if anybody else out there is thinking about it, they can kind of get a better idea, because if you have a Mustang and you're looking at 410s, if you look online, there's nothing about them for the 15 and up.
Yeah.
Or for the S550. So it was kind of hard for me to judge of, do I want to get 373s? Do I want to get 410s? So might be able to help you guys out a little bit.
Yeah, that was the same thing with me when I did my 456s, because nobody is crazy enough to do something like that, and I was like, screw it,
I'm gonna do it.
I want to do it. I want to be that guy. So I did, and I love it. So
Yeah.
I'm legitimately curious to see how it feels compared to yours.
Yeah, it's gonna be different for sure.
Because mine's only a little bit smaller of opinion than yours. So
yeah.
But we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna put the suspension back together and throw the wheels on and take her for a test drive, and yeah, we'll see you guys there.
Yeah, we'll see you on the test drive.
What's up, guys? The car is finally done after heartache after heartache after heartache after heartache. It's finally done. As you can see, it's all done. Everything is perfect, hopefully. It's still sprinkling a little.
Still gotta get the springs to drop a little.
Yeah.
That's the only downside.
Yeah. But it's sprinkling a little bit, but it's still enough for a test drive. It's not like pouring down rain or nothing crazy like that. So, it's been sitting for what, a day and a half?
Day and a half.
Day and a half. So, day and a half, cold start. So
it's about 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, about 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, 9:50.
Time to wake the dead.
Yeah, and my dumbass is the one standing back here recording it. Oh, God. Why am I doing this?
3, 2.
Car is officially somewhat warmed up, so you can actually hear what the hell I'm saying. I'm gonna hop in the car, move it in reverse, and drive. Or not drive, it's a manual. Listen to me. I'll move in reverse and in first, back and forth, and just get a feel for the gears, make sure they're not making any weird noises. And then we're gonna take her on a test drive. Andy's gonna take the camera. Get this. Let me know if you hear anything from the outside. Oops. Oh. Test drive, brother. I don't hear anything.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, we're gonna get in the car now, and we'll see you on the highway or wherever we're planning on going. All right. We're doing the test drive.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, it's definitely noticeable. The biggest thing that I notice is I don't really shift fast, especially like down on the pedals. So I definitely notice the drop in RPMs. That's the biggest thing. And it's a little bit jerkier just because of those drops. And, you know, I just kind of got to get reused to that pedal feel, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed your pedal is like really stiff compared to mine. I got an 800 horsepower clutch on mine. Doesn't help that I haven't driven my car in almost 2 weeks now, so
Yeah, when you live in Ohio. I mean, I do notice that the gears are a little bit noisier, but it's really not bad. I mean, if you guys are worried, like if you have a 2015 Mustang that happens to have 331 gears, I apologize if it does, because they're not that great. But like Nick and I said earlier, it all depends on what you're going for. If you want it to be like what we call a Mustang and drive like a Mustang, then you're definitely going to want the either the 373s, the 410s,
there you go,
or
there you go.
now I'm getting back to it. Or, you know, you're going to want something that's a lower end gear, I should say. Is that the right way to describe it?
Yeah.
It's not as long of a gear, shorter gear. It really, I was actually kind of nervous because I really haven't been driving manual for that long. It honestly drives kind of like stock. The only thing you really have to get used to is the RPMs do climb a little bit faster. It's not extreme, but they do definitely climb faster than 331s. That's noticeable.
Yeah.
That's definitely noticeable.
And that's the most reason you want to do it, because you want that lower end torque to get you up the line faster.
The only thing that I can say is, or my only kind of downfall right now, I can't really give a very like accurate, I guess, description of them, simply because it's pouring down rain right now, if you guys can see.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to really get on it, especially with those stock Pirellis still on there right now. It's not worth it. The last time when we did the springs, I gave it a little hit and it broke loose and it fishtailed a little bit, and it kind of scared the shit out of both of us. And it wasn't even wet, it was just cold.
Yeah. Yeah, but eventually we will have some sort of video that'll show that, of your true reaction of feeling what it actually did. And
I mean, so far this is a good reaction. Like I notice a difference, without a doubt. Oh, shitty titties. There better not be no police. Nope, it's an ambulance. We good, we straight.
It's an ambulance.
Yeah, I know, I'm out of your way, dude. What you trying to do? Shit, let's follow him. He knows where the parties are at. He's not going very fast though, which is surprising.
Yeah.
I guess it's probably because he was turning. That would explain it.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, after, you know, ADHD king over here got sidetracked. I mean, it's definitely a difference. Now, I can't really be 100% honest, and like I said, I can't really tell you if it feels weird, only because I haven't driven my car in over a week, and I'm not really 100% back in the habit of driving the car. You know, I mean, obviously manual is something that you don't really forget, but you do have to learn like the sweet spots of the individual car over again. Especially, I mean, even if it's only been a couple days, sometimes you still have to kind of get back to the, really, dude. What was the point of that?
Ohio drivers for you.
Yeah, just busted a Yui right into my lane. What was the point of that?
Why? I got rid of my motorcycle.
You know, the funniest thing is, this is 100% Ohio drivers. Pretty sure that even said no U-turns.
Yeah.
Did I see that correctly? Am I right? There you go. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it a little bit more. I mean, I think the initial shock of it was just actually really getting back in my car for the first time in a couple weeks. But overall, it still drives really good. I mean, it's not, I don't think that for a lot of people thinking, oh, it might be too much, you know, whatever. I really don't think it's too much. I just think it's something that you kind of have to get used to a little bit. And that's not really a bad thing, because, you know, everything that you do to your car, you kind of have to get used to. Like when you do a cold air intake, you add a little bit of power, so you're not really used to it 100%. You do kind of have to relearn, you know, it's not a whole bunch of power extra, but it still changes the feel of your car. Yeah. So something there. You know what? We're gonna get on the highway actually, but I don't know what these people are doing. Are you actually getting on the highway or what? I don't trust you people. Haven't had my car out in a while, and I don't want people to do something stupid because that would be really depressing.
Yeah, after all this work and heartache just to have a totaled car.
Somebody would be dead.
Yeah.
I just really wish that it wasn't raining right now.
Yeah, me too.
That's my only downfall. We get one nice day where it's not freezing cold, and of course, Ohio, it decides, even though we're going to give you a break in the cold, we're just going to pour down rain.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I can hear him a little bit now.
Yeah.
Sixth gear still feels the same, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing changed there. But overall, I mean, it's not too bad at all. I mean, like Nick and I said earlier, I can definitely hear a little bit more noise from the gears, but for the first couple hundred miles, that's totally normal. I mean, that's gonna happen. It's a brand new part that has not been broken in yet. It has to be broken in. Totally normal. That'll eventually go away. It still might be a little bit noisy, especially since our backlash was off just a smidge.
Just a smidge.
You know, so we still might get a little bit of noise here and there from that, but it's really not the end of the world. It's something that I can live with. I want my car to be loud, and you know, I want to be able to hear things and, you know what's going on with my car, be more in tune with my car. And I know that's one thing that you and I agree with, is that's why we like our cars virtually straight piped, is because I feel I can hear everything. Every noise that the car makes within the engine or the exhaust, you can hear it. And I feel a little bit more in tune with my car, if that makes much sense to you guys. So far, I really like it. On the highway, the RPMs, I'm in 6th gear right now. It's really not that bad. I mean, I'm only going 60 miles an hour. I'm sure if I was going, you know, the speed limit and maybe going 5 over, that it'd be climbing a little bit higher. Like
Probably about what mine is, like 2,500 or so.
Yeah, like right now I'm pushing close to 2 at about 60, 61, 62. Like I said, keep in mind, guys, everybody out here is going slow right now. In Ohio, you know, people, I guess, aren't used to the rain and the snow and every other...
Whenever the weather changes in general, they're like, oh my god, it's raining, I have to go 5,000 miles below the speed limit.
Exactly. But yet, you know, they're in a car that's totally capable of handling all weather and not acting up at all. I don't get it.
Me neither, but what do you expect from Ohioans?
Right? Gotta live that vape life.
Yeah.
It's better than cancer life.
Cancer sticks, yeah.
Might still give me cancer, but... Oh, that 5th gear downshift is nice, though.
Yeah.
That's always been one of my favorite downshifts, is when you're just cruising in 6th and you downshift to 5th. That's always been one of my favorite downshifts. But I also like it when you're coming off the highway and you're banging through the downshifts in like higher RPMs, and the engine just, the Coyote just growls. God, that sounds good. I mean, keep in mind, like the truck that I'm driving, you guys saw last night, 95 Silverado, and I mean, it's got stock exhaust, pretty much stock everything, but right behind basically where the rear seats are, where one of the exhaust hangers was, the muffler actually rusted off. The rest of the tailpipe going out the back was still intact and hanging there, but so it looks like there's a muffler there, but there's not. So it essentially just basically dumps right underneath the bed, which is really cool. So I mean, it gives off a cool sound, but it is nothing like this Coyote.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's nothing like a straight pipe Coyote.
No, I mean,
and I get all sorts of gripe from friends, family, coworkers. Some of them say they like it or love it, and then some say they hate it. And end of the day, it's my car.
You're the one driving it, yeah?
I'm the one driving it. Like you said earlier, I like to hear it. And there's nothing like the sound of a straight pipe coyote. It's just, once it's in that high RPM, especially mine, because it redlines at 8,000. So when you're getting like 78-ish, that sound is just so nice. I don't know what it is about it. I just love it.
Without dropping too much of a spoiler, my car will be there soon.
Yeah. Slightly different. He's not doing exactly what I'm doing.
Slightly
different. We'll just say that. But plenty of videos to come.
You are driving a Volkswagen Bug and you are going 20 miles an hour on an off-ramp. What in the
Ohio drivers at its finest. What are you doing?
I'm now going 25 miles an hour coming off this off-ramp.
Oh my God.
This is what we have to deal with. This is why having a fast car is torturous here.
Yeah. It doesn't even have to be a fast car. Just driving is torturous because people don't freaking move. Like, why?
They look like total hippies. Yeah, definitely. The shifter definitely feels a little bit more sloppy now. I'm starting to really feel that.
Yeah. And also what you'll notice is your shifter, like itself, it'll sit lower. If you look at my car, because we have the same shift knob, we both have GT350 shift knobs, and mine sits like probably 2.5 inches lower, which I like. I like how low it is, because when you're holding it, basically you can just rest your hand on it and not have to worry about like damaging anything. Because I feel like that's just a myth. That's a story for another day. But there's some people that say if you rest your hand on the shifter, it'll cause damage inside the transmission.
Yeah, I mean, I get it if you're like putting a lot of pressure on it, but like look at mine. If you show them my hand, like I just kind of barely hold it. Like I am feathering this shifter.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just like to keep my hand near it, and sometimes I'll just kind of tap it like this. But I don't ever like put weight on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand how that could be bad. Don't get me wrong. I understand that, and there's people that swear by that, and I don't really see anything wrong with that. Yeah, we're gonna turn in here and probably turn around.
Yeah. So, overall thoughts?
Overall, it's a big thing I have to kind of get used to. But I would have to say, as of right now, I definitely approve. You know what? Let's just bust it in here. Actually, that was like a totally fucked up turn, but you know what? I really have to say, like even like that, when I was just coasting, like I wasn't expecting that turn, so I was still in second gear, and I just pushed in the clutch and coasted in, and then I just let out the clutch in second gear. And in my old car, it lost so much power right there that it would kind of, with the old gears, not in my old car, with the old gears, it would kind of, you know, and kind of jerk you around a little bit. But that one was nice and smooth because it still retains that torque.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I like that. And this is a horrible road. I cannot see it. Damn thing. Where can I turn around? What is going on? I don't like Grove City. We'll just bust it in here.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. Would not be surprised. Like, see, look at that. That was still second gear again. Second gear is actually functional in my car now. I mean, so
really, first and second were just like nothing for you before, and third. Because I remember when we got on the highway that day after like the week, and after my car got wrecked, we went to Cars and Coffee that day. Oh yeah. And we were driving back to your place. I get back to my truck, and you're like, "You see this? First, you see this? Second." Yeah. Then third, you're like, "Oh, there's the torque. Found it."
There it goes. Like, I mean, now if I'm going at like a kind of higher speed, because you felt it in my car before. Yeah. If I really like, if I'm in second and I just pedal to the metal, please don't scrape. Okay, we made it. If I pedal to the metal in second, it throws. It had some torque, and I mean it was enough to easily break these tires loose. just like that one night when we did it over on the road that we actually started this video on when you saw us coming down. That's like our little kind of test track. And when I was coming down that road, after we did the springs, I don't know if we mentioned this, but we didn't get it on footage, unfortunately. The footage somehow got lost, which was really unfortunate, but it really wasn't a humongous video. It was just nothing but sketchiness and problems.
Yeah.
But we did some spring installs. I think we might have mentioned we did the BMR springs. So once we did those, obviously we wanted to go and see how the car felt and see if I noticed a difference. And of course, you know, I definitely did. It was pretty insane.
Which is surprising for me, because I've done a lot of spring installs and I've had a lot of cars I've put springs on myself, and I've never felt a spring setup like this actually do something. Like most of the time, really, who's calling?
That's what I need to do. I just need to let it rev up a little bit higher.
Yeah. Easy there, killer.
Yeah, I feel it now.
You feel it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
See, I can't do that in my car because it just breaks loose. I mean, my car has never, until I did the springs and did that. I mean, now keep in mind, I'm in sport mode right now in my car. Mine's a premium. So I still have traction control on. Usually when my traction control is on, it wheel hops.
Yeah.
Even with traction control on, it fishtail. I'm sure my face looks absolutely hilarious because that honestly scared me.
How are we looking, Andy?
I'm scared. I guarantee you I'm looking like a terrified child, like running into a pedophile.
Well, that was a really good second one. Oh, that was great. There wasn't even a bit of shake at all. Oh, nice.
Nothing but growl. Now I forget which way we need to go. We need to go 270 west.
Yeah.
Hey, Pennsylvania. Yeah, that was perfect growl.
You were gonna freak this spring, like when it gets nice out and we're looking at just like a 65-degree day. Just something nice to where the roads are nice and you can actually get somewhat of traction and you're able to floor this in multiple gears. You're going to freak.
You know, the one
You're not
thing,
going to believe that your car is, I mean, obviously we didn't like supercharge it or anything like this, but you got to understand he's coming from a 331 gear, and which is ridiculous that a Mustang would even come with something that low. Because I've ridden in his car and I've drove his car before, and compared to my car, even on just my 373s with the performance pack, it was so weird how it doesn't have like any torque at all. But no, that one was bad.
Yeah, that was a little jumpy. I let that one sink a little bit too much. Ooh, you know what?
Uh-oh. Poppity pops.
Hopefully there's no cops. I know this area is really bad.
Let's go ahead and head home.
Yeah, let's just get the hell out of here.
But on that note, like we said, the springs definitely helped some stuff, and the gears definitely gave you some torque you didn't have before.
Yeah, enough to spin the tires going into fourth gear.
But like I said, next spring, summertime, you're gonna freak when you're actually able to put some power down to the road.
And I'll give them a little spoiler here before we end it. The other thing too is I will be able to actually give it more in the spring. I will give a pretty big spoiler actually. I do have new rims coming. They're actually here, but I'm not going to reveal them yet. So there will be a reveal on some upcoming rims here in the near future, and they're going to completely change the look and quite honestly the feel of the car, because they're bigger in all aspects. I mean, I
like that.
It's gonna be,
it's vague but not at the same time.
Yeah, like it's gonna be a lot different, and I will give you guys a little bit of an idea. I'm not running drag wheels. I'm not doing that because my car is really not going to be taken to the drag strip all that much. It'll go occasionally, but not enough.
Next summer season, I mean, obviously I'm gonna post a lot about it because that's just something I really love to do. But not everybody loves to do that. It takes a lot of money to do that because these cars with the IRS, you got to replace a lot of stuff to make sure it goes straight well. And he wants to do some of that stuff, which is cool, but
just not as
it's not cheap. So.
Plus the other thing too is I've never done it before.
Yeah.
I've never been to I mean, I've been to the track before, but I've never actually run a car on the track. So maybe after getting used to it a little bit and getting, you know, a little bit more comfortable with my car and my abilities to control the car and know the car, you know, then maybe that'll happen a little bit more often because, you know, obviously we've talked about this before. The Mustang is known as the crowd killer. And you'll see on my car, I have a crowd control sticker on the front of my car because I think it's funny as hell. But I understand that it's not the car, it's people that get way too overconfident, way too fast. And just like when I spun right back there in Fishtail, most people would think they could power out of it.
Yeah.
You know, even with me freaking out a little bit, I was still able to push in the clutch, let off the gas, and coast it out and know what to do. But a lot of people don't do that, and that's why you see all these Mustang accidents. And you got to think too, the Mustang is the lightest car in its class, especially in the rear end.
Oh,
it is the lightest in its class, and it puts down a lot of power. So when you're putting down that power on a very light rear end, it's gonna break loose.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just common sense, but most people just don't think about it. And
it's not just that, it's the fact that they're getting to the point now, especially with the 18s that have come out, even the S197 chassis cars, they make a good bit of power, and you've seen lots of videos of them wrecking too, and even the older S197s too.
Hell, even the new edges, like my 2002.
But on that note, for some reason my camera turned off. But we're about back now. We explained everything the best we could. Let us know if you thought it was a good video or not. If you liked it, please leave a comment, like it, share it. Browse the channel, all those things. Follow us on Instagram.
Yep, my Instagram.
I'll leave his Instagram in the description.
Yep, do that.
I'll leave mine down there. You know mine. I've said it a million times, but yeah. On that note, I love it. I mean, granted, we didn't get on it, but we got it on it a little bit.
It was enough.
It was kind of crazy.
It's enough to me that it feels like a Mustang.
Yeah.
You know? I love it. I mean, I would not.
That's what we're going for. So
exactly. It'll take a little bit of time getting used to.
But stay tuned for future videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Waiting all my life, and it was right before my eyes, watching all this time slip by. Now I realize, you know I've been waiting. 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 But will you wait for me?
Time to shine just like a diamond. When life is rough and I ain't with that funny stuff, I use it all as motivation, but it's hard to have the patience. Watching time fly by might be the hardest thing I have to do in life. Frustrated that I ain't where I want to be yet.